Hi there, and welcome back to another episode of Mary's Makes and Mends. Thanks for joining me today as I show you how to make a cute little Valentine self-care box. Valentine's Day is coming up in just a few weeks, and I just want to start out the video by saying that Valentine's Day doesn't have to be about romantic love. You can make this box for anyone you care about, whether that be a friend, a parent, a family member, or even yourself. I was able to make everything in this kit in just one afternoon, so it's the perfect project whether you're making it a few weeks ahead or last minute. So let's get started on the video. So the first thing we're going to make for our gift box is our sleeping mask. For this project you'll need a bit of quilt batting, some soft material for the mask, I'm using some satin, elastic, and a sleeping mask template, which I'll show you how to make right now. You can easily find free patterns for sleeping masks online, but I'll quickly show you how to make one of your own if you'd like to do that. I took a scrap piece of paper and drew out a 4x4 inch square. Then I folded the paper in half at the line that I drew. I drew out a shape for half of a sleeping mask. And then I cut my piece of paper out on the fold. The measurement for my elastic was 15 inches long. The measurement for my strap was 35 inches long and 2 inches wide. Then you'll need to cut 2 pieces of your main material from the template and 1 piece of the quilt batting slightly smaller than the template. Fold your strap piece in half, right sides together, and pin the edges together. I sewed this together at 1/4 of an inch, leaving the top and bottom open. Now turn out this strap using a safety pin or a tool if you have one. I always use a little piece of masking tape to keep my safety pin from coming loose inside my project. Then iron this piece flat. We're going to slip this elastic inside this case that we made just now. Attach a safety pin at either end, as well as attaching one side of the elastic to the project so it doesn't slip through while we're pulling on it. Once the elastic is in the position I want it, I used a zigzag stitch to secure either end. Attach the strap to each end on the right side of one of the mask pieces and baste this into place. Now with the strap tucked inside, pin the two mask pieces right sides together, leaving an opening at the top where we're going to tuck the quilt batting inside. I used 1/4 of an inch seam allowance here. Now turn out the sleeping mask from the hole that we left in the top and smooth and iron it flat. Now we can tuck the quilt batting piece inside. This will add some thickness to our project. You can definitely just top stitch the hole closed here if you prefer, but I decided to hand stitch using an invisible ladder stitch. The next part of this project are the scrunchies. I'm making 3 of them. For my scrunchies, I cut out strips that were 14 inches by 3 inches. You'll also need some elastic pieces that are 6 inches long. I've been repurposing elastic lately from my old fabric masks. Now fold and pin this just as we had done for the sleeping mask strap, but rather than sew the whole length of them, you're going to leave about 1 inch or 2 open at the top and bottom. Turn the pieces out. And pin the top and bottom of the tube right sides together into a circle shape. Sew together at 1/4 of an inch. String the elastic through the same way we did for the sleeping mask, using a safety pin to secure one side as you pull the other side through with a safety pin. Sew the elastic together using a zigzag stitch. Iron the little opening that we had left so that the seams are tucked inside. You can choose to hand stitch or top stitch here, but I decided to top stitch. This part of the project I found to be the most fun. I don't think I'll ever buy bath bombs again. I'll link the recipe that I used in the description below. For dry ingredients, you'll need 1 cup of baking soda, half a cup of citric acid, half a cup of cornstarch, I used arrowroot powder instead, and half a cup of Epsom salts. I also had a jar of dried flowers that I've been saving for projects like these. Add all of the dry ingredients together minus the citric acid. That will go in at the end. For wet ingredients, you'll need about a tablespoon of water, 2 tablespoons of melted coconut oil, a few drops of some type of fragrance. This was left over from an old soap making kit that I had, but you could also use essential oils. And a few drops of coloring. Once all of these ingredients are in your jar, give it a good shake. Add the wet ingredients into your dry ingredients and mix it up. Once they're mixed up a bit, you can add the citric acid. I mixed mine up until it was the consistency of moon sand. You can buy bath bomb molds, but I had silicone muffin tins on hand which worked out really well for this project. Pack them in as tight as you can and leave them overnight or for a few days to dry out. The longer you leave them in, the better. Now let's test one of them out. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you take some time for self-care this Valentine's Day. If you liked this video, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more videos like this. I release a new one each Sunday. Bye for now!